Stel, nice shirt, mate.
Very nice shirt. Is that OK jersey?
This is Paphos Cyprus Spurs Supporters Club.
Lovely.
Nice. Big up. Perfect.
How are you feeling after that, Stel?
Yeah, hello to both of you. Hope you're doing well.
Trying, mate. Trying to be well.
Nothing's changed.
Well, what's changed is that we got 3
Absolutely nothing
points.
has changed.
That's what's changed.
Yeah, we finally got a win. I mean, we've waited long enough. It's been 4 months, so that's changed, I guess. But the reality is, we're still in that bottom 3, aren't we? We're still in that bottom 3, and I think, you know, I stick by what I said when we played Nottingham Forest. For me, and I've said it pretty much every time I've come on your show. If we lose to Forest, and Wolves then lose to West Ham, and we drop into that bottom 3, we're not getting out of it. And I stick by it. We're staying here. I really think as soon as we dropped into that bottom 3, I think we're staying there. You know, we win today, and West Ham. I mean, it was wild, right? Because I was down the road in a sports bar in Paphos, and I was sitting with West Ham fans watching the West Ham game. I was sitting there with 1 or 2 Spurs fans watching the Spurs game. They've gone 1-0 up and they're jumping up and down, slamming their hands on the table, you know, batting me on the back. Hey! I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to smash something in a minute. And then we score, and from them being 4 points ahead, we're now above them on goal difference. And then they go and score, and it's back to square one, how we started the day. So it was, we're 2 points, they're 2 points ahead of us. Then they were 4 points ahead of us. Then we jumped ahead of them on goal difference, and it's ended them 2 points ahead of us, how the day started. So it's almost, the feeling is exactly the same, even though we've won, because they won. And it's, you know, Forest won, Leeds won or drew, and we're still in the same situation we're in. Guys, I don't think we're getting out of this. I don't think we're getting out of that bottom 3. I just don't see it.
Can you see anything, you know, on the performance, it's hard to see anything in the next few games, but can this win give the team any sort of confidence going into that Villa game, going into that Leeds game? Villa having it sandwiched in between 2 European semi-finals as well. Is there not any way that this can build any sort of confidence? Because West Ham, they got to go away to Brentford and play in Arsenal the week after.
Yeah, but we just about beat the worst team in the Premier League. I mean, if you look at the stats, it was equal corners, equal big chances, equal shots on target, equal shots taken. That today should have been a draw.
Yeah.
That should have been a draw, right? So we can say, oh, West Ham have got to play this team, West Ham have got... Mate, we just about beat Wolverhampton Wanderers. And let's have it right. If it wasn't for one of the saves of the season from Kinski, it probably would have been a draw. That save at the end was out of this world, man.
100%.
How he's got there was amazing. Phenomenal save.
Does he have to stay in goal for you then, even if Akara gets fit, or would you drop Kinski if Akara became available?
No, I'll keep Kinski. Ash. He's better distribution as well. Bukhara is a bit suspect. Well, no, not a bit. He is. He is suspect. And also, Kinski's a bit better with his hands from set pieces and corners. So, yeah, I'd keep Kinski all day long. I don't see why Bukhara should come back into
What about, like, because I was talking to Ben, and I'm like, what would you do about that left-hand side in terms of... if the doggy is fit, do you drop Spence or do you keep Spence now as the left back? What's your thoughts on that left-hand side?
Ash, I don't think it's an issue. I think the issue is up front, De Zerbi's being an idiot. I'll say it. Why he's starting Mawani every game beggars belief. Mawani is crap. He's absolutely rubbish. And he keeps starting him every game, man. Like, Tell came on, and, you know, I don't really like Tell, but at least he beats a man, gets the odd cross in. At least there's something there you can say, all right. I think I think Tell won us the corner as well for the equaliser. If I'm not
Yeah, he
right.
did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, why is Tell on the bench every game and Moani? It's like we're down to 10 men. I think that's Ash. I think De Zerbi, right? Because I wasn't impressed by today's performance, man. I wasn't. I thought we were rubbish.
I don't think
And
anyone
luckily,
was.
Wolves are rubbish as well. You know, everyone got excited about the Brighton game. Oh, we're back. Tottenham's back. We're cooking. There's positives. And I remember, you know, I came on the show and I said, guys, can we take it game by game before we get carried away? Because today was rubbish. But we got the win, and that's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, it's the points on the board that matter. But I think De Zerbi should just play with one striker, just one up top, because we don't have two good strikers, let alone three across the front three. I'd rather he just goes one up top and plays with more in the midfield, and do you know what? Push the fullbacks up as attacking wing backs and flood the midfield more so. I'd rather he does that.
Who is that striker, though? Who is that striker? Solanke's gone down injured. Javi's gone down injured. You know, we can't catch a break. Kudus, we don't have for the rest of the season. So we're basically just relying on Richarlison now. Or
Tell is the number 9. Look, whatever we do in the striker role, we're screwed, right? Because they're all pretty average. But I don't understand the logic of playing 3 forwards when you don't have one good forward. Play to your strengths. Our strengths are right now, we've got a fit Basuma. We've got a fit Palinia. We've got a fit Bentancur. We've got a fit Conor Gallagher. We've got a fit Bergvall. We've got a fit Gray, right? Play the midfielders more. It's not like we've got cup games and Europe to worry about. We've got 4 games left of the season. Flood that midfield, squeeze the game, and push the fullbacks up. Because playing with 3 forwards, I think, is awful, man. Like, you saw it today, guys. Every time we got forward, it's just, you know, what am I watching? You know, what are we doing? It's so poor to watch. And again, look at the goal we scored. It came from a defensive midfielder. You know, last week we're depending on the right back to score a goal and the number 10. This week we're depending on the number 6. What is the point of playing with 3 forwards? You guys sell it to me. Sell to me the idea of playing with 3 forwards.
I can't sell it to you. And the reason why I can't sell it to you is because now with the players that we've got injured, that means if we are to play with 3 forwards, we've only got 3 fit forwards left. And that is Richarlison down the middle, Tell down the left, and Moani down the right. I'll do anything to get Moani out of this team. I've been saying it all season. The guy is dross.
Ash, would you continue playing with 3 forwards? You know, do you think it makes any sense?
I guess the manager's got his ideas, isn't it, in terms of the way we play, the way we attack. He looks at the opposition. I think he says game by game, he looks at the opposition and he kind of, it's the reason why he plays the players that he plays with. And he didn't want to change too much as well. He wanted to keep continuity.
Ash, allow your politician's answer, right? I'm not asking what De Zerbi does, right? I'm not asking about De Zerbi.
Right,
I'm asking what you would
I
do,
don't know,
right?
bro.
Ash is manager of
I
Tottenham
don't have the
Hotspur,
answers, bro.
right?
I don't have the answers because if we play midfield, listen, wait, if we play all midfielders and we've only got one up top, then we've only got one out ball, if that makes sense. So that means we play with no width, we play super narrow. I don't have the answers. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it. I'll be honest with you.
But what if you
know that
the
such
fullbacks up, Ash? What if you push the fullbacks up?
The fullbacks can't cross. Well, Porro can, but Porro can't beat his man. Porro's not a wing back like that where he can overlap and beat that. Like Porro's good at threading balls, playing balls through the lines, over the top, diagonal crosses, taking corners, set pieces. But if you're asking him to get up and down, he doesn't really have that type of attribute as a fullback.
Hold on a minute. Why are we focusing on crossing the ball, right? Do anything with balls into the box when they're crossed in there, right?
Yeah, we haven't got headers anyway.
Say that again?
We've got no one to get on the end of it anyway, like to header and score goals from like headers. Like our players don't do that, really. Even though Richarlison, it should suit him. He should be the one headering the goals. But yeah, sorry, carry on. You're saying?
I was going to say, if we play more centrally and try and create from the edge of the box, And if the fullbacks push up high just to pull their defenders out of shape, and then they invert, or one of them inverts and tries to lay off a ball to the edge of the box, or tries to play a ball on the ground to someone, do you not think that's just a better way of trying to play rather than
Who
what
are
we're
these
doing
players
now,
that are going to create at the edge of the box, though?
Because Spence on his
what
left
we
foot.
creating? What are we creating? Crossing balls in the box and playing with three across the top. We're not. What are we actually creating at the moment?
We're not creating much, but I think we'll create even less with the players playing it centrally because we got no one. Javi's out injured for the rest of the season.
That first half, we played centrally a lot of the time, and then the Wolves just sat off and sat central, sat in a block. That's what most teams do. They want you to play central. We play it out wide, and then we've got no answers. I think we're doomed.
Yeah, but that's why.
Either
Yeah, but
way.
Ash, that's my point. That's my point. If you push the fullbacks up high, you're splitting the defence. You're opening it up because they're going to have to go out there and mark the players. And if you leave them free, then you feed them in, go to the byline and pull the ball back. You don't have to cross it in. It could just be get to the byline and drill it in there. You know?
I hear it.
What I'm saying is, I think what I'm saying, guys, is we need to try something different because this for me doesn't work. This front three, playing with the front three doesn't work. Even if we went to a front two and try that, I'd be happier with that than.
So you're saying 4-4-2?
Well, we tried that.
You're saying 4-4-2?
Tudor, we tried with Tudor 4-4-2. Frank went to 4-4-2 as well. We've tried that kind of.
Tudor isn't a coach. De Zerbi's a proper coach. Right? We've got a proper coach.
Well, we ain't got time to coach. We've got to win games, isn't it? But I don't know, man. That's why I don't know the answers, bro. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I'm just. But this is my solution. Okay, my solution is play to your strengths, and we've got more players who are better in midfield than what we've got players who are good across the front three.
But
so
those midfielders, I was going to say those midfielders, though, they're very similar in profile. There's no midfielders that create, if that makes sense. They do much of nothing. They don't really impact the game. And then even like the fullbacks aren't that creative. Maybe
Porro's
Porro.
supposed to be.
Porro, but he's been not great this season. He's been very inconsistent.
Porro scored against Brighton, Ash. Porro scored against Brighton.
From a header, yeah, from Xavi. Xavi created that for him. It wasn't from his creativity.
Yeah, so but Porro's getting in there. At least if we get players in there, if something falls to them, maybe they can score. Maybe they can do something, right?
Okay,
but
fair enough.
What I'm seeing from Tottenham is, I said it last week as well, when people were blaming Danzo, I came on the show and I said, Danzo's going to get all the blame, but what the hell did our attackers do all game to take some of the pressure off of the defenders who are constantly having to defend? We'll take some of the pressure off us and put a couple of the balls in the back of the net. But we're not doing it. And again today, guys, we played the worst team in the Premier League, and we struggled to score a goal. We needed a defensive midfielder. By the way, can I say yet again, this confirms Palinia needs to start every game for Tottenham. I said the same thing last week, and I've said it for God knows how many weeks. I don't understand why managers don't want to play him. He's an experienced football player. He's a good football player. I think he's our joint second top scorer now or something stupid like that.
I think what it is with Palinia, I don't know, when you look at the De Zerbi team, no, it's not about that anyway, but off the ball, without a question of doubt, like Palinia, you can't leave him out because no one can do what he does off the ball. You know, defensively, he's solid. I think more of the questions are, what does he do when he has time and space, or what does he do when he's pressed? Is he a player that can beat the press, get on a half turn, etc.? I think that's where the question marks lie on Palinia. Everything else, I have to agree with Stel.
But the thing is with Palinia and these 3 games under the Roberto De Zerbi, what Palinia gives us off the ball, we haven't been lacking that in these 3 games. We've been all right defensively. We have kept the clean sheet today. We conceded by a completely lucky goal against Sunderland where it goes off Van der Ven's backside. So we need more players that can pass the ball, that can move the ball and can create from the centre. And I don't think Palinia can do that.
No, but what Palinia gives you is experience. He gives you a wealth of experience and that man on the pitch that we need right now. He will fight for us.
He is our biggest leader. I'll give you that. He's our biggest leader.
What does experience mean, though, in terms of progressing the ball?
The experience of when things are going against us, or when things need to calm down, or when you need someone just to put in one statement tackle, or
Yeah,
when
that's
you need
why I agree
someone
with you.
to
Off the
pop up,
ball,
or
yeah, I
someone
agree
to.
with you.
Yeah, but Ash, again, correct me if I'm wrong. In the Premier League, is he not our top goal scorer from midfield?
Yeah, because of set
Or have I got
pieces.
that one wrong?
Yeah, set
No,
pieces.
he is, yeah.
Set pieces. How many of those set pieces?
The majority of them are set
Wherever
pieces.
wherever it comes from, right? But listen, this is the same argument I have for Xavi Simons. There was a stat saying that whenever Xavi Simons starts, we've won 95, or sorry, we haven't lost, we've only lost one game when Xavi Simons has started in the Premier League. So by that metric, start the guy. Just
Yeah.
start him.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to use the same metric by Palinia. Sorry, I'm going to use the same logic for Palinia.
Yeah, yeah.
He's our top midfield goal scorer. Start him.
So
Start him just for that reason. Because here you go.
I was gonna say, like, because I said most of the goals were set pieces, and look, if we've got to stink out games, I don't care. Like, so I'm with you on that. Get an experienced guy. If he scores most of the goals via set pieces, then so be it. But I'm nervous. Not nervous. I'm like, how many games can we win via a set piece for the final 4 games? I don't know if that's realistic. I'm just
Arsenal
trying to
have
think
made a
logically.
fucking season out of it, winning by set pieces, and the majority of our wins have all come from set pieces this season. I know it's not been many.
Yeah, you're right.
I think if we're going to win games in these last 4 games,
Palinia to
it
start
is going to be set
But
pieces
maybe
because we got no
Stel's
one
right
that can
then.
create.
Maybe you put him in then.
Maybe he's right. Just play
Yeah.
Palinia just because he's our biggest set piece threat. We need our set pieces.
Because he's tall as well. He's strong. He's physical. He's a leader, like you lot were saying, talking, blah blah. He might not give you progression, and but we ain't got time for that right now. We need to just win any needs necessary. So
See,
I'm not mad at it.
you-
I'm not mad at it.
You're doing what Marlon does with me. He just disagrees just for the sake of debate. He just disagrees with me.
No, I'm going
just to
through my
create-
head logically. I'm trying to go through it because I genuinely don't know the answers. So when you ask me a question, my mind's like trying to figure out like how. I'm not just trying to give you an answer. I'm trying to be honest with you, innit? So I decipher through what in my head. I filter through my head what makes sense, what could possibly happen, and yeah.
Stel, do you feel like you said you come against the worst Premier League team, 20th in the league. We should have made it a lot easier than we did, which is all true. However, they are a team that sat in a low block. They made it hard for us. They packed out those areas, didn't give us much space, and we looked a lot better. Well, a tiny bit better against Brighton when they played a high line. We come up against a few teams now that are going to play a bit more expansive, that are going to leave a few more gaps. Does that not leave you feeling a bit more positive that we can create a few more chances?
Not really, because I saw West Ham demolish them. I saw another team. I think it was Leeds.
That was all away,
demolish
though,
them.
Stel. That was all away. In their last 3 home games before this, they've beaten Liverpool, they've beaten Aston Villa, and they drew 2-2 with Arsenal.
Okay, so at home they're better than what they are away.
By far.
But we're awful at home. We've got the worst home record in the league. So if we're going to use that logic, we ain't going to beat Leeds and we ain't going to beat Everton. If we're
Correct.
going to use the same logic for Wolves for Tottenham.
But we've made a change. We got a new manager, and hopefully he can change things. That's the only thing we can hope for. I'm not saying it's going to happen.
I just think, Ben, that again, look, I don't blame De Zerbi. I blame him for not trying. I absolutely blame him for the Sunderland result because he should have started Xavi and he should have started Palinia. I just can't accept that what he did, and I said it before we played Sunderland. Again, I was disappointed to see that Palinia didn't start because I think he needs to start every game for Tottenham. Opinions, views, people can disagree. That's fine, but for me, all the common sense says you must start Palinia. He offers us more than what the other midfielders will offer us, especially as a goal threat, which is what we need. We need to score frigging goals. So, other than that, I don't really blame De Zerbi for anything because the guy's come in. He's inherited a squad that's not his. He's inherited a low confidence team. He's inherited a hierarchy that hasn't got a clue what it's doing. and he's having to pick up all the pieces and save us in 5 or 6 games, however many games he's here for, right? So I don't blame him, but I just feel that I watch us play and I think either the pressure gets to us and we bottle it, or we win, but the performance is so poor, it's hard to take positives from that and say, right, well,
Yeah.
Leeds are going to be a much better team than Wolves, right? Did you agree that Leeds are going to be a much
definitely,
better side? Yeah.
100%.
If we play like that today against Leeds, we're not winning at home. They're going to beat us. Leeds will beat us.
I agree.
The real concern now is you've lost Xavi Simons, who is the only creative we've got, really, who can shine. Or he might not do much for 70 minutes, but he might have a 30-second period where he comes alive and that's all we need. So we've lost him. We have to change the way we play now. He has to, because he hasn't got that creative to play a 4-3-3. I honestly think Spurs should go to a 4-5-1, one lone striker, push the fullbacks are, and just be really tight in that midfield to not allow teams to get at us. And see if we can score from a set piece, or see if Palinia can pop up with a goal, or, you know, Mateus Stel is due one, right? He's due one. He always gets one once in a while. He's due one. Van der Ven's due a header. Porro, he's always got something in him every 5 or 6 games. So I just feel that this 4-3-3, to me, it feels like we're playing with 9 men. I feel like we've got 9 men on the pitch. Whereas if we played a 4-5-1, at least I know I've got 11 players on the pitch. At least there's a bit more of a chance now that Xavi Simons is out. Because without Xavi, unless Maddison is fit, or is it all for show? Is he on the bench just for morale? We don't know, right? But
It's
that
morale.
is one hell of a risk.
It's morale, 100%.
Yeah, so, you know, if we do start Maddison, it's one hell of a risk. The guy's been out with an ACL. He's going to need at least 3 games just to get up to speed. And, you know, we saw last week against Brighton, Bentancur came off after 60 minutes because he just didn't have the fitness. De Zerbi has to change something for the next 4 games, because the next 4 games are some of the hardest games of our season. Leeds are on fire right now. This is one hell of a tough game we've got. I don't care if Leeds are in the bottom 6, 7. They've caught good form. And that striker they've got, he's going to be a handful for us. Wolves didn't have a killer up front. Leeds have got a killer. Villa away is never easy. Chelsea away is like the biggest juju, voodoo, curse fixture that we could ever ask for. And the last game of the season, God knows. If Everton are fighting for Europe and, you know, they're no mugs. The next 4 games are the most difficult we've got. The so-called easy games, Palace, Fulham, Forest, Wolves. These were the easier games. West Ham. These are the harder games now coming up. So I don't think De Zerbi's going to get away with the 4-3-3. Not with the players that we've got at the club. So I really hope he changes it. Because if not, my fear is curtains. You know, I still think we're going to be stuck in this bottom 3 come end of the season. But if we're going to have a chance with the injuries that we've now got, he's got to change the way we go at these games, because that performance today, we're not going to get away with it against Villa and Leeds and those teams. They will punish us. Having said that, if he can stink it out for 4 games, who gives a shit, right? If he stinks out 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, no one's going to care. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
4-5-1 with a stinking it out.
No, West Ham have incredibly hard games. They got to go away to Brentford and Arsenal next 2 games. You know, we just need to stink it out.
I think Arsenal's at their ground.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Listen, let's not underestimate West Ham, right? I think they're in the top 5 teams in the Premier League for form right now. Probably. You know, West Ham have got their shit together.
They're 8th, 8 points in the last 5 games.
So in the form guide, they're not in the top 5. Then have I got that wrong?
No, that's Forest is 2nd. In the last 5 games, they're 8th in the form table.
Okay, so that's not a bad. Not a bad stat to have. So the thing with West Ham is, guys, because I was watching both games because I had in the pub they had both games on. Everton turned the screw, and West Ham defended really well. Like they're throwing bodies on the line. And
should Everton have had a penalty, by the way?
Unbelievable! It wasn't a penalty. Unbelievable! It was for me Stonewall. The guy. So if I'm the West Ham player, if I'm the Everton player, the West Ham player was behind. He put his arms through kind of his armpits, and he's lifted the ball in front of him. So the ball's bounced in front of him, and he's dinked it with his hand in the penalty box.
Crazy.
VAR looked at it and said no penalty. It's like, you know, if that was Van der Ven, Danzo, Romero, they're giving the penalty. So, yeah, 100% it should have been a penalty.
I was saying the 2-footed challenge would have been a red card for Romero. The one that was it
Andre on Bissouma.
Andre on Bissouma, just before the half got blown.
That was a red. If Romero makes that, it's a red card, 100%.
Oh, the Wolves player on us. That was a red. That was a red all day long as well, 100%. The West Ham guy next to me, he couldn't believe that they got away with the penalty decision. And when the Wolves player went in on Bissouma, he said, "How's that not a red?" So even the team that wants us to go down to save their club could see that it was a red in our game, and he admitted it was a penalty in his game as well. I don't know, man. We're clearly not getting the decisions. Nothing referee-wise, nothing's going our way at the moment.
There's a conspiracy. There's a Stellegation conspiracy going on in the PGMOL. I'm so certain of it, man.
Why am I getting dragged down with this conspiracy now? Why am I catching strays from Ben? Listen, last week I had to deal with your brother who couldn't do his maths. Big Sim. Ash knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
quick maths. Yeah, I saw that.
This week I'm getting blamed for the referee conspiracy. I don't know why I come on this show, really.
We love you, Stel. We love you, Stel. Stel, always a play. Go on.
Ben, I just want to say one last thing, okay? I really, really hope that the next game he drops Mawani, man. I really hope he just benches
He's not going
him.
to. He's not going to.
Yeah. Then do you know what? Okay, if he's not going to drop Mawani,
he'll be out.
do you know what? I'm close, man. I'm getting there. I'm just holding back from saying it because I like Deserbi. I actually like him.
Clip it.
Literally, you know when you get a new manager, right? You've got to do what all the fans do. Give him time, be patient, relax. I cannot accept Palinia not starting and Mawani starting. Those two things, I find it drives me mad, man, because I can see the difference it would make to not have Mawani on, to have Palinia on. If he starts Leeds with Palinia on the bench and Mawani up top, I don't know, man. I don't know how I can contain my frustration because to me it's so bloody obvious, Do you guys at least agree with the Mawani thing that he needs to be dropped?
Yeah.
I've been saying it all season, mate. I don't know how he's getting away with it with every manager.
I've said it from long. I thought Tel should start, but
I
just thought I knew he was going to start Mawani because he was talking about Y-Scout and YouTube and trying to get the players' confidence up and told Mawani that, look how you played it as a right winger at Frankfurt. Come do that for us. I said, he doesn't understand what's going on yet. He'll learn.
I think if Javi wouldn't have got injured, Mawani would have been dropped next game. But now Javi's injured, I think he's going to start Mawani.
Do you know what? I can't. Basically, we're starting the next game with 10 men. It's 10 versus 11 even before the game.
We start every game with 10 men still. Every bloody game.
Look, I'll leave it on a positive because I know people love their positives. Whether you're part of this delegation tribe or whether you're praying to God Tottenham stay up, wherever you're at, we had to win today and we did, right?
Straight.
Forget what the other clubs did. Today was that must win, and at least for those that wanted, they want us to stay up and whatnot. It was a must win, and we did. And that's we can't really ask for much more today, can we?
No, you're
Absolutely.
Right. You're right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big up, Stel.
Big up, Stel, man.
Speak to you soon, mate.
Love, bro.
Big up. Take care.
See you later, mate. Peace.